What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rockling Road Show. I am Alvie.
I am the 1-3, baby.
We're coming to you from the Casa de Alvie. Good to be with you guys. Hopefully everybody's having a good Thursday.
I'm digging this, bro.
Yeah, a little different background for everybody. It's a little easier to set up, so we might play with it for a little while. We'll see. The only thing we noticed is
you can see your
kind of
sliding glass door.
A little background. You can see my backyard through it, but
fence, some trees.
Yeah, but that's it. We'll play with it. We'll have some fun with it. I'll figure something out with it. But it's just something different, just to take. And I get to wear my black hat, so that's good because usually I can't wear the black hat because it's a black background.
Black background, looks like your head's cut off.
It's like a green screen. I can't see anything. So, so yeah. So anyway,
that's funny.
Welcome to the show. We've got kind of like a recap show. We've had a lot of things happen over the last few days or whatever. So we're going to kind of touch on a topic that we've kind of talked about in length for the last few weeks. But but it bears. It requires some conversation about it just because of the importance of what happened. So, but anyhow, so I called tonight's show World War II Men and Machines.
Awesome.
So we'll talk. We'll see how it goes.
We'll talk about it.
Sybil, what's going on? Dan, thanks for being with us. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Awesome.
Let's pay the bills so we can start talking to the people.
Right on. So as normal, and I'm ring and braceletless. I knew I forgot something today.
You did say something when you come into the house.
I said, I forgot something. Anyway, no click, click, clank, clank. So brought to you by Misfit Metalworks. Misfit Metalworks offers CNC plasma cutting, welding, metal fabrication and prototyping services, as well as laser engraving. You can contact the Misfits for all your metal needs at 813-598-7409 or stop by the shop if you're local, 1913 East Bears Avenue, Unit 1100 Bravo. That's in Tampa, Florida, 33613. Let them know the Rockling Road Show sent you.
We were also brought to you by Eric Warner Artistry. Dropkick Customs. Eric Warner Artistry is a custom paint and fabrication studio that specializes in turning all of your custom dreams into reality. EWA offers a one-stop shop for all your paint, metal and fiberglass needs, welding, full powder coating, motorcycle stereo equipment, air ride systems, custom wheels, and parts development with their Epic line. You can contact Eric Warren Artistry at 813-503-4764. You can stop by the shop at 13215 North Nebraska Avenue, Suite A, Tampa, Florida, 33612. We are also sponsored by the Fran Hosh Law Group. The Fran Hosh Law Group provides legal representation for all victims of negligence. They handle a broad range of personal injury and wrongful death matters, including truck and car accidents, motorcycle collisions, slip and fall injuries, and more.
Wow, real quick, I'm going to finish this for all your legal needs. Please contact Fran Hosh at 866-LAW-FRAN or lawfran.com. Stop by her offices at 1275 Nebraska Avenue, Palm Harbor, Florida, 34683. Chad Poovy's on.
Hey, what's going on?
I've not seen him in 6 months, maybe it feels like.
It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute.
I'm telling you, man.
He says, it's been a while, unfortunately. Good to be back. Good to have you back, Chad.
Glad
Thanks
to have
for
you
coming back in, and I hope you enjoy the show tonight. Dan saying shared. Appreciate that, brother. Always do. You know we do. And Garth checking in tonight, evening all. Good evening, Garth. Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So as we said, we've talked about our next topic here the last 2 weeks. We were lucky enough to be joined by Super Dave Allen. Didn't mess it up today. Super Dave Allen with the CVMA 2 weeks ago. He got on and was talking about a ride that they did for a World War II / Korean War vet.
Yep.
And they took him from Tampa all the way up to Kentucky.
Yeah,
so what we're going to do is we'll talk about some of the things because what was really cool is they posted a bunch of recaps of every day and all the things that happened throughout, how many people were joining them and all that stuff. This guy took a bit of a part in it as well.
Yes, I did. I went ahead and I took some time off on Friday, and I started to line up. When we left at James A. Haley, that's the VA hospital I work at. We went ahead and lined up. We had probably 40 bikes at that point, and there was a lot of talk about him and what he did and what he how he got the colonel name and all that stuff. You know, that was a honorary thing gifted to him by the governor of Kentucky, which it's like the highest honor a civilian can get.
You know, it's funny because I've never actually heard that term.
Yep, Kentucky colonel.
I guess it's after Colonel Sanders, maybe? Is that how it is?
Dude, I can't.
No,
I can't say that.
Is Colonel Sanders a Kentucky colonel?
I cannot confirm.
Where's Dave Allen? Where's our fact checker?
Fact checker.
I'm gonna actually fact check myself real quick.
So anyway, I lined up. We did it. There was a prayer and a for the bikers and for Colonel Taylor as well. It was very somber. It was one of those things, man. It was like I got duck bumps the entire time. So I rode. We lined up, and I stayed to the back of the group because mostly they're patched members of the CVMA.
Right.
Are the actual escorts. They're in the front. There was a guy from the VA that was actually friends with Colonel Taylor. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, his name's Robert Lynch, and his dog's name is Hercules, and Hercules is one of the VA mascots that walks around the VA all the time. He's pretty cool. So it was really cool. So what'd you find out?
Colonel Sanders is a Kentucky colonel.
He is a Kentucky colonel. So there it is.
There you have it, right? There you have it.
So like I said, there was. I know it says over here a dozen riders that we were thought about there was going to be, but it started out with 20, 30 riders. It's a whole bunch of them. And
I'll tell you what, before you jump into the first day stats, what I want to do is I'm going to play a video for everybody. This is a video that was done by our local ABC affiliate, and I think it's a really cool video because it talks about kind of the whole day.
He was
let us know if the volume's too loud or what have you.
John Wayne, and a tough guy image.
That's because Colonel Wallace Taylor was a tough guy.
Well, there's
Colonel
the video, and hold on. What is going on here?
Hey, this is the Rockling Road Show brought to you by Technical Difficulties. Daryl, 3 Foot Offset says hi.
What's going on, guys? All right, let me reload.
Glad you're watching. We appreciate it. So
let's try this again.
We're gonna try this one more time.
Yeah.
He was a big fan of John Wayne, and a tough guy image.
That's because Colonel Wallace Taylor was a tough guy. Colonel Taylor was a combat veteran during World War II and the Korean War.
He had his opinion, and he also had your opinion as well.
Rob Lynch works at James A. Haley Veterans Hospital, where the colonel was a patient.
But that's what I loved about him. He just say how it is.
But Colonel Taylor outlived all of his family, and when he passed away at the age of 96 a few weeks ago, there was no one to claim his body. This tough guy's final wish? To be buried with the cremated remains of his previous dogs.
He loved his border collies.
Along with the blanket his mom made him. And to be buried next to her in Kentucky.
When you hear the story, it just means the world.
And it's a story that's far from over. How far? About 1,000 miles. That's where these guys come in. The Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association has made it their mission to adopt unclaimed veterans and give them a proper military burial.
Give us peace.
They're our brothers and sisters, and they have no one else to do it.
On Friday, Colonel Taylor's life was honored outside of the James A. Haley Veterans Hospital.
I could see him right now looking down and him saying, Robert, it's about dang time the VA did something right.
Now, dozens of riders are giving Colonel Taylor a military procession all the way to Kentucky, where other veterans and law enforcement will join them along the multi-day journey.
It's not really a sad day. He was 96 years old.
Real quick.
He lived a long, full life. For us, it's a rolling celebration of life.
The group even made a coin in the colonel's honor to commemorate the 1,000-mile journey of veterans coming together to honor one of their own.
Colonel Taylor's story will forever be told. And let's look around. Apparently, it's a story people want to hear.
Colonel Taylor's funeral will be held in Louisville on Sunday. In Tampa, Wendy Lane, ABC Action News.
Okay, so that was the video from the ABC affiliate.
Right, and they did several videos.
What's up, Instagram? I wanted to do this.
All the way up. Is that going out too?
No.
Okay. So They did a lot of videos throughout the way. Even Kentucky, they did one up there. It did go out.
Oh, did it? No. Well,
Anyway,
sorry about that.
So, yes, Chad, it was awesome, and being there was really, really interesting. Now you see the hearse thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they had the hearse, and then they had the trailer. The guy that actually drove that thing designed and built that.
Oh, really?
That is for doing stuff like this, and he towed that all the way up, all the way up to Kentucky, and as we were going, it says 3 states were covered, over a dozen riders.
That was just day one, by the way.
Yeah, this is day one, 3
Yeah.
states. What they did not go straight. They didn't go up 75 and straight. They kind of made a little bit of a turn. They went towards the East Coast to go up the Carolinas and come back down because they had to pick up a couple more riders, escorts,
Okay.
from the CVMA, because CVMA is a national organization. It's a national association. So anyway, 3 states, dozen riders, 1 war hero, 3 law enforcement entities involved, which is freaking outstanding. There was an escort. We had I went to Ocala. That's as far as I went. But we had a state trooper that went all the way to state line.
Oh, wow.
He escorted all the way to the state line, and then it was picked up by someone else. And I'm not sure, but I got to confirm with Dave, but I believe that trooper continued.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure as just part of it.
Just part of the ride.
Right, and then we had there was another escort going up there. So it was really, really cool. So on the way up, they were seeing a lot of state troopers parked in the median, standing outside their cars, saluting the procession. There was a lot of supporters out there. It was like awesome. People were tipping their heads to our guys, and it was really, really, it was a beautiful trip to honor a war hero in his final mile. And this was, like I said, it was just day one.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. Day 2 went really well too. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I heard a lot from Dave. So.
Yeah, so they knocked out 3 more states on day 2. They had 4 additional chapters of the CVMA joined, and they went they were from as far away as Virginia. They had an upward of 40 bikes at any given time, with riders joining and handing off throughout the duration. Both local and state law enforcement support during each leg of the ride, ensuring that the precious cargo was safe and secure on its way home. And then day 3, we've got a cool video that we'll play for you as well from up in Kentucky. Day 3, they had 4 law enforcement entities involved, 5 bridges,
Yes.
which was cool. They had first responders, fire trucks hanging American flags down and stuff like that.
Draping
People
the
standing
flags.
over on the bridge. So that was really cool. The last day had 117 riders.
I
which is crazy.
got a quick story about that. I was in Dave's office today, and I was talking to him because I wanted to thank him for letting me participate. And so I went over there, and I'm talking to him, and he goes, "You know what?" I said, "What?" I said, because I told him, I said, "Man, I heard you missed the last stop because they were supposed to have their last lunch break because they were at a lunch break and then going over there. They made it an hour early or whatever. They ended up at the cemetery, which is not normal."
Yeah.
So he says, "Yeah, well, the trooper that was in front of us didn't really know where the turnoff was, and by the time they figured it out, it was too far. We had just passed it. So these other police," he said, like some city cops, whatever, got in the procession. And when they picked up those 117, it was like 117, 120 riders. That is in addition to the 40 riders that were there.
Wow.
So there was 40 riders that went pretty much the whole way.
The whole way.
And then another 117. And he was like, it was phenomenal. It was just something.
Were they CVMA related, or were they just
a lot were
people?
They were just people. People, CVMA. He says, it was such an honor to see these kids. They had children out there with flags. Their parents were out there, but for someone they didn't know, it just, and that's just.
Kentucky's a different place, man.
It's crazy, man.
There's a lot to be said about that.
Well,
state.
Kentucky's awesome, but you know what? You got to give a hand to all the other states as well.
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, and
I know you're not knocking it,
right,
but through every state, people came and went.
Yeah,
because they couldn't ride the whole ride.
Right, for sure.
So they rode with them as far as they could, like I did. I did.
Right.
I did 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, and 2 hours of my life for that.
Yeah, it's time well spent.
Oh gosh,
time
yes.
Well spent.
Oh gosh, yes.
But yeah, so 117 riders joined him. They did a mile and a half long
Was the
convoy with all those people. So imagine seeing 150 bikes riding for 150 miles. I'm sorry, a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Like, I would imagine that 150 bikes staggered is probably a half mile long.
Well, no, they're saying
Give or take.
they're saying a mile and a half is how long the convoy was.
No, are they saying that's how long
That's how long the convoy was.
Oh, I'm thinking that they rode for a mile and a half with all those people. That's insane. So yeah,
No, it was
150 bikes. It was a mile and a half from tip to tail.
Yes.
Damn, I didn't recognize
That's with David. Oh shoot, sorry. Dave was in the front, and it's really cool. I gotta hand it to him because he paced the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's what his job is. He's in the front with one other bike, and the bikes. Those two are in front. Then it's the state trooper or whoever, and then it's the hearse.
Gotcha.
So they ride in front. They pace the state trooper. That's
kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so the whole process took 3 days.
Yep.
And in those 3 days, I'll let you read those final stats.
Oh, in those 3 days, there was 18 travelers plus one support animal. That's Hercules. 12 riders. 1,000 miles was traveled overall, and over 1,000 miles. I have to say because of the way they went, and over 225 riders participated in total. This is the way to welcome a hero to his final and wished resting place. I mean, This is just awesome. Well done, guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, well done. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million times again. Dave Allen he deserves a tremendous Bravo Zulu. For those of you who don't know what Bravo Zulu is, that's basically the Navy way of saying good job.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just Navy or if it's
I don't know.
I don't know if
military
military round, but yeah, I mean, Dave deserves a lot of credit for what he did. He's the one who put this whole thing together.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get his brothers with CVMA and taking time. They took 3 days out of their life to do this too. So I mean, obviously it was 3 days well spent.
So real quick, I got one more thing I forgot to mention. There was Patches. Patches is one of the CVMA members. I forget who he is. Dave is a secretary, okay, of their
chapter.
2010. So Patches got a phone call from a donator, if you will, from somebody, and this somebody wanted to know how much it would cost to pay for those guys to ride up and, take care of it. 3 days, whatever, and the fuel, the gas, and everything. And this guy wrote a check for $4,500.
Wow.
He just, whoever
it was.
I don't know. Dave didn't tell me. Maybe Dave doesn't know.
Yeah.
But this guy stroked a check for $4,500.
Well, that dude, man.
Because
that's
they
awesome.
said they got their gas covered, they got the hotels covered. Because I gotta let you guys know, this is all out of pocket.
Yeah.
We pay for our own gas when we do this, when we do these rides. We pay if we're going like this.
Yeah, like this would have been, hotel rooms out of pocket.
Everything was out of pocket.
Food,
right?
All that stuff was out of pocket.
Right. So what Dave figured, the 3 days, he figured $300 in fuel, for the days. Then he figured the fuel, $50 a day for per day per diem.
Yeah.
Just kind of like that. And so they figured out how much it was going to be. And the guy says, stroke the check, man, like nothing.
That's awesome.
And I wish I knew who that guy was.
Yeah, no
but
kidding, right?
I don't. What the? Did I touch my computer?
No,
I did not.
Dan says very humbling. Dan Lindbergh saying, "Hey guys, checking in." Dan, what's going on? Eric Warren's checking in with us. What's up,
awesome,
Eric?
man.
So before we play these videos, I wanted to ask you something too. What, and I don't know, maybe you don't know the answer to it, but why a hearse with a trailer hearse? Why not just a hearse?
Well, I don't know the
Okay.
actual answer to that,
Yeah.
but like I said before, the guy that actually brought that,
Right.
he went ahead and he designed it and built it, and he's.
I mean, I
patented
get it, right? It's kind of like a caisson, right?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't know the name of it, but yes, it is a caisson.
Yeah.
And instead of the old style caisson,
Right, with
a horse and buggy,
yeah.
this is what he did.
I get it. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah,
So-
it didn't. I'm like, why not just throw him? Why not just put him in a hearse? But yeah, that
No,
makes sense.
caisson.
It's
They
a
wanted
caisson.
that guy to be.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I wanted to play. This is a video out of. Let me get the Courier Journal. So this is out of Kentucky.
That's Kentucky code. Yeah.
And Margaret Clark, Mama, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah. So, anyways, really cool video here. So let's hopefully this works too.
Yeah. Of course it's not. Technical difficulties, man.
I hate things sometimes. Why isn't this playing?
There it goes.
This is cool. People
Ready! Aim! 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 Safety's on. Half right. Present.
Yeah, so that's it. Just a really, really well done video, really touching video.
A real quick note.
Yeah.
On that, I really kind of missed it. Did they show the flag getting handed to a woman?
Yes,
Okay.
they did.
The flag being handed to that woman, that is Robert Lynch's wife.
Okay.
Robert Lynch and his wife kind of adopted Colonel Taylor.
Okay.
So that is why you saw the flag
Somebody
getting
being
handed. Because normally on these, it's a CVMA member that gets the flag. Okay. And the flag with the shells from the salute, that they stuff them in the flag, and that is handed to a family member normally.
Right.
But because he had none, she adopted him and said, "We will take that and honor him." So that's cool. Now I will tell you this: he did have a niece there.
Oh, really?
We don't know where she was, but they found her. They found a family member, and it was a niece. She showed up. She never knew him, didn't know nothing, but heard about the story, heard about what's going on. So he actually did have some sort of family there.
That's very cool.
So I believe, can't quote me on this. I'd have to talk with Dave about that or Robert and find out if the flag went to her. I'm not sure.
That's awesome.
But it was very touching. The whole thing was really.
Yeah, I mean, and they all, they always are too.
Oh,
Just-
God. They're heartbreaking, man. Taps kills me, man.
Taps kills me every time too. All right, and then the last thing I want to show guys is these are just some pictures that the CVM,
I was going to tell you who that is later.
the CVMA crew got some pictures. So just gonna scroll through these real quick. If I can find my
The little scroll button.
little arrow. God damn it.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
We'll go backwards. So here you can see, an overpass, all the the first responders up there.
If you could have found the other
We'll go
one.
back to that first picture.
Yeah.
I can't find the arrow. Oh, it's because the screen's pushed over. Anyways, but yeah, another overpass here. And again, I mean, that to me is that's
awesome.
Cool, I love that. That's just great. And you can see the guys riding, throwing up their hands and everything, saying thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yet another one. Just some really cool pics. All right.
That one.
Oh, okay. This one here.
Okay, figure that one out. That's your 1.5 miles, bro.
Oh, okay. That's the convoy there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wow, check that out.
And up to the hill.
Yeah. So up here, that's the hearse basically up here in
And
the
so
front.
the picture here is not the back person,
Right.
because there's a follow me vehicle. There's a guy in a truck with a trailer, got lights on it and everything. I mean, this is a regular tow truck type gimmick with a trailer, and he had space in case someone couldn't ride or couldn't finish the ride, broke down, whatever.
Right.
Because it's a long ride, and I will tell you, there was quite a few guys that when I was looking, I was like, ooh, ooh, you're riding all the way? All right, buddy.
All right.
But then again, I don't know how many miles these guys already have under them. They might ride like my son's next door neighbor. He rides cross country every year.
Yeah.
Gone for a month.
Yeah.
And dude's a retired dude, old dude.
What did you want on this picture?
Yeah, like I said, I'll tell you,
tell me later.
that's
Okay.
that dude.
Okay, so there you have it, man. That's the recap of the CVMA ride. I unfortunately couldn't. Damn it! I unfortunately couldn't make that trip. I had worked that whole week, and Friday was kind of like the only day that I had to get stuff done around the house, so I didn't get a chance to go. But having been on one of those rides, it's extremely humbling. It's extremely touching, and I've said it before. We've said it before on the show. It's extremely difficult because I don't want to say the only reason you're there, but the only reason you're there is because there's no family.
There's no one else.
He's that person, male, female, whatever, is alone.
Right, because the one ride we did was a female.
Yeah.
That we did together.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the most difficult part about these rides.
Yep.
It's just that they're by themselves. So again, once again, congrats
Kudos.
isn't the right kudos. Thank you. Kudos to Dave Allen and his brothers with the CVMA. Not only the local chapter, but as well as all of the chapters that took part in the 3-day event, 1,000-mile trek all the way up, and to the 117 randos, right? that joined in. A hand salute to you guys as well, because that's just awesome. Being able to give that guy something that a true American war hero deserves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be honest, dude served in 2 major conflicts in U.S. history. So,
And they did say he was a badass. He didn't look like it. I'm looking at him.
he's a little dude, but
Hey,
you're part of the greatest generation in the history of the world. So,
and yes, David Hopkins, bless the vets that serve. All vets, no matter what the nationality, country, whatever. Honestly, doesn't matter. Just they're all there to do their job.
absolutely.
So,
been emotional throughout the whole run.
Guarantee, yeah, it was.
It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing. Chad saying amen. Absolutely. So there you have it, guys.
It's all I got to say about this. I can't stress it enough.
Don't have much more with it, but yeah, just a touching way to send a guy home for his to his mama, basically.
It's exactly what they did.
That's the way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of you guys may have seen this. I didn't know anything about this until he sends me a video of it, and when I saw the video, I was like, oh. Okay. So with that in mind, let us go to this video, and then we'll talk about it because it is
Crazy.
It's crazy. It is absolutely insane. So let's check this out. And of course, that gets irrelevant. All right, so here we go.
He's not doing the flyby. Oh! I tell you what, that pilot.
I'm gonna stop there because then it's just them running up to
Yeah.
the airplane and it gets a little
That pilot.
little sick feeling.
Granted, he was going slow, but doing a water landing, I can tell you, you don't ever want to do a water landing. There's only a couple people that have done really successful ones because most of the time you'll get a wing dip and you'll cartwheel.
Yeah.
Your belly will grab. You'll be two nose in. And it's just a bad scene.
Well, you know, having trained for this kind of stuff, he did it right. You land parallel to the swell, so you don't want to go
Into the swell.
So kudos there. The thing that gets me on that, and the thing that it's the kudos to the pilot is that's Cocoa Beach.
Yes, it is.
That is a busy beach.
I have to say, there was not a lot of people in the water that day.
Well,
or that time.
I will say this, depending on which video you watch, that video doesn't look bad. I saw another, I was going to play it, but it was just, I didn't like the angle. But the angle is good to show you the scope of how many people are actually on the beach. Because he comes over at a pretty good height before this video starts, and he's over the top of, I would guess, 100 people in the water.
Okay.
And then untold hundreds on the beach.
Well, yeah, and you got to. He did an excellent job because you could see the head. He was over this one guy.
Yeah.
It's still low, and he kept it up.
Yeah.
And then he went down. And yes, so Daniel Hopkins thinks that he said, yeah, he didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
He saw, and yes, absolutely, it was real. Now,
Yeah, this definitely happened.
I had questions for Alvie. And
let's get to him here in a second. I just want to finish here.
You want to finish this part?
Yeah. So,
okay.
As you guys can see, it was a World War II airplane. It was actually an Avenger. It crash landed in the sea during a Florida air show, and I'm not sure if they were doing something over on the East Coast or if he was coming back from Sun and Fun because Sun and Fun
was going
had
on
just
in
happened
Lakeland
too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there, but. Luckily, the pilot escaped serious injury after making the water landing just outside of Cocoa Beach at Satellite Beach, April 17th.
I used to live in Satellite Beach.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So the plane went down due to a mechanical issue. Rescue personnel was immediately on scene, and a post to the Facebook there. Nicholas, it doesn't matter. The guy who shot the video's name is Nicholas Hawley. He was out there with his family, and he looked up and saw an airplane. And, he said what most people would have said. And, holy shit, dude. And I was going to play one video, but it was just a guy going, holy shit, holy shit, like over and over and over and over and over again. And it was bleeped because it was on like a news outlet.
Right,
so it was just like, holy beep. And I was like, that's I'm getting PTSD just from listening to it. I mean, I don't know if there were thousands of visitors, but there were a lot of people on that beach.
You know what? That one that didn't show a lot, but I have seen Cocoa Beach a lot more crowded.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now they were closer, like it says, because they were closer to Satellite Beach. Okay, Satellite Beach is a little less occupied, if you will. It's like I said, it's where I grew up. Satellite Beach, Melbourne Beach, that whole area.
I will say if you,
I believe there was an air show going on over there as well.
I will say if you want to watch the video again, just go to YouTube. I can link I'll link the thing in the chat here in a second. But what you can actually hear the engine
sputtering. I thought I heard it on that.
And you can kind of hear in this video you can hear it, but there's the link if you guys want to go and check that out. But yeah, you can hear the engine sputter, and then eventually dies.
Right.
And you can tell because the prop you can see the prop.
Do you have any of the other pictures I sent you?
I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. They're all over the place. I can pull some up real quick.
Yeah. So I do believe, like I was telling you, that there was an air show, because one of my friends on Facebook that still lives in the Melbourne area, he goes, "Look at this crap." He goes, "Who puts an air show and something else?" There was a couple things going on, and the traffic was horrible in the Melbourne area. So, and he was complaining about the traffic and stuff. A friend of mine, Tim Camella, I knew him since like high school, junior high.
Right.
He was a good friend of the family. But yeah, it's just, it sucks, So Dan wants to know how much that plane cost.
You could honestly, it's not how much the airplane costs, it's what it costs to get it flying again. Because you could probably find an Avenger airframe fairly cheap.
Here's the first thing. It took, I think, 15 years to get it flying in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so to get it back to flying condition for the first time. Now,
Right.
I don't know how many hours it's had since it was, reconditioned.
From what I understand, and I read a story earlier. From what I understand, it had just gotten, it had just started flying like a year ago.
All right, so he has some hours on it. Maybe about 100, 200 hours. Or would that be about right? You think maybe?
I mean, it honestly
Depends on how
really
many-
depends, because I mean, that's it. It's probably an air show airplane, so they're probably. But we didn't have air shows last year,
Right.
We're just now starting to get them. So, but yeah, I can't find the damn pictures.
Whatever.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's not necessarily how much the airplane costs; it's how much it costs to get the thing flying.
Right,
Because it's not cheap.
No, it's not. And I'm gonna.
It's like like they say, man. If it's airplanes and boats, you're literally just throwing money in a hole. Is all you're really doing.
This is one of the pictures I really wanted to try to show if I could. I don't know if they're gonna be able to.
No, I won't. Here, send it.
I thought I did. I thought I did send this one to you.
No, you did. But do an airdrop.
Oh, okay. So how do I
Go back down here. Share more.
Share. Airdrop. There's 3 people. There you go.
All right. I'll put it up here.
This one picture, just because I think this is the best, so it's sent to you. There it is. So somehow you can share that, right?
All right. Yeah. I'll just put it on the screen.
Okay. So
Here we go.
this is it actually getting taken out of the water, and they rest it down on the beach. Because I don't think they're putting it on a flatbed at this point.
No, there's a flatbed there.
There's a flatbed there?
Yeah.
Because I think they were going to have to take the wings off to get it.
Yeah, they'll eventually take the wings off. I'm trying to see what this is, or if that's part of the apparatus that's holding it. I know. Go ahead and ask your question, because I know what your question is going to be.
What?
Go ahead.
Is it which one? Because what I was going to say is do you think, looking at this, is it going to be airworthy again? That was one of my questions to you, as well as to Dan Lindbergh. Now, mind you, everybody, I do have some structural aircraft maintenance.
So I'll say it
Background.
I'll say it this way: these airplanes were, it's an Avenger. It's a Navy.
Right,
It's
it's
a
a
Navy
Navy
aircraft.
aircraft, right.
They're meant to be on an aircraft carrier. So they're used to salt spray. They're used to water. That kind of stuff. Now, with that said, a lot of these airplanes, a lot of these airplanes crashed in the water, and a lot of these airplanes were pulled up, because they were shallow enough or whatever. They were pulled up. They were put on the carrier. They were retrofitted and fixed and whatever, and put back into service.
No.
So, is it possible? Sure. Now the problem is that in an Avenger from World War II, they didn't have shit in them, right? They had a radio, and that's about it.
Oh, electronic wise.
Yeah.
Oh, this one probably. Oh gosh, I keep kicking that thing.
This one is, it's in the the best way to explain this is if you're a car guy, you know what a resto mod is, right?
That's what this was.
That's what this is. This is the only part of this airplane.
Hey, what's up, HD?
The only part of this airplane that is World War II vintage is the airframe.
The airframe itself.
And that's it. Like the
So
cables to the all that stuff is new, probably carbon fiber, something along those lines. And then everything in the cockpit
Electronic.
is all electronic. Now, some of these guys, what they do is they maintain the integrity of the dash, right? So they still have the old attitude indicators, they still have the old airspeed indicators and all that stuff, and then they just have it's
like
a
a
Garmin.
handheld.
Yeah, it's a
hand-
Garmin. It's a
Okay.
530, but then they just put it on a suction cup to the glass, and they use that for navigation and all that stuff. So they don't have to use,
I gotcha.
all that stuff. So it just kind of depends on how they did it. But generally speaking, anything new, right? Anything of this era
Yeah.
is kaput, 100% kaput. Like you're gonna have to buy everything again, right?
Gotcha.
Structurally wise, I mean, if we go back to that picture, right? Structurally wise, it looks fine.
Well, I do know.
I mean,
I know
obviously-
the flaps are bent because of the straps. I mean, it had to get pulled out of
Yeah.
the water, so there is some stress.
There's gonna be some structural stuff, but in general, it doesn't look bad. Even when I saw the pictures of it in the water, it doesn't look awful. You can see in the on the prop here, you can see where it went into the sand because you can see how it's how it's the paint's chipped off of it, or whatever. So you got that. It also goes to if you're I'm looking at this airplane right now and I'm looking at it saying, okay, the prop was not spinning when it crashed, or it wasn't spinning enough, because if you look at it, there's no the props aren't, we call them teardrop. They're not bent in, right?
Right.
So they didn't hit the water spinning. So and
Where they would bend over like this.
they would literally just teardrop.
Yeah.
The good part about that is that the engine wasn't working.
Didn't
so the engine
overstress.
wasn't spinning. So you didn't screw the engine up, right? Because
Right.
if you got a crankshaft spinning and then all of a sudden it just stops,
Snap.
everything breaks and everything goes to shit.
Right.
If the engine is already done, right? And that's the other problem is, who knows what happened to the engine? Why did the engine quit?
Right,
Because
right.
the engine obviously quit.
I heard
to
it
bring this guy down, right?
sputtering.
So something is wrong with the engine to begin with. So
Right.
they're going to have to do an engine rebuild on it anyway. So any kind of salt water or anything like that doesn't really matter, because they're just going to pull it out and redo the whole engine anyway. So
I'm sure they're going to pull all the cables and everything. And
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this going, if and usually these things are owned by like a group. Right? It's not just one dude. It's usually a group, and they're usually like reenactors, so to speak, right? So it just really is going to come down to if the group wants to spend the money to redo it.
Unless it's a really rich dude that actually bought
It could
the
also
plane.
be that too.
But
But yeah, and I mean, the other side of it too
I
is
could find the pictures.
if you're looking at we're looking at a picture, who knows structurally if anything is wrong with it, because it could be completely trashed,
Yeah.
and it could, to me, the accident wouldn't have stressed the airplane. It would have been that pulling it up on straps, getting it out of the water.
Right. And
that's the stuff that would have pulled the stress on the airplane.
You're gonna.
Go ahead. I was just say Lindbergh. Most of the time, volunteers restore a lot of these planes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's guys will get together and redo all these things. But it's still going to cost money. So it's these guys are going to take this airplane home, look at it, and go,
What do we do?
can we fix it?
Right.
Right.
And
is the frame is the frame bent? Is,
Spars and stuff.
Any of that stuff, right?
The reason I'm saying that is because it was in the water. When they're lifting it up, they're putting a lot of downward force on those. Those wings are meant to be held this way, not this way.
Yeah, but the other thing to think about too is the.
Well, they, you know what, in combat you
Yeah,
stress.
I mean the amount of stress. I mean, airplanes are strong as shit.
They
You know,
are.
the amount of force that they can take.
Yeah.
But you know, like you said, when we test wings, we test them this way, right? We stress test them this way until they break. We don't stress test them down.
Right.
But if I'm not mistaken, and I'm trying to remember back in my aviation history stuff, the Avengers wings folded in half, I think.
The Avenger did? I don't know.
They either folded this way or they folded like gull wing backwards. But I think they doubled over on themselves. Dan Hopkins, in those engines they have several magnetos to keep engines running. So if one fails, the other would keep. Yeah. I think fuel supply is probably a pretty good one to think about. Magnetos definitely would have at least two. They gull wing back. Okay. So
They almost go back to a swept wing design.
yeah, and they completely fold up on themselves. But yeah, I couldn't remember if they folded like this or they went backwards.
That's for space on the aircraft carrier.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to do an investigation to figure out what happened here.
Oh, yeah.
It's it's not the pilot's fault. Well, hold on. Garth saying thanks for sharing the Colonel Taylor footage and pics. Great service, Dave and his group does. Absolutely is. And Garth's checking off for the evening.
Thanks, Garth.
Thank you,
for
brother.
stopping in.
Thanks for stopping in. Where was I going? I was just saying it's not the pilot's fault, but then again, if it's a fuel starvation issue, it is the pilot's fault. So, you know, they're going to do a full investigation. That guy's going to be sitting in front of some
Boards.
some government guys
Especially because he landed on a public beach.
explaining himself. You got some explaining to do, Lucy.
We'll see.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm intrigued because I'm going to kind of
Follow
up,
this one.
and because I want to know what happened.
Now there was some other pictures there that I took that I had, and I thought I sent them to you, but
let's see if you did.
anyway, these pictures have the pilot kind of standing next to his plane in shallow water.
Yeah,
And
that's not a good day, man.
No, his face is, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He has a very bad look on his face.
Well, I mean, you know,
I thought I sent it. I didn't, because that was it.
This is. Oh, there's some pictures.
Oh,
here,
there's
but-
pictures in the, yeah, but
Can I share this to?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this. Hold on.
Look,
Idea.
we got ideas.
We got ideas, guys. Hold on.
So anyway, yeah, when I saw this story, I was like, holy crap, for two reasons. Because the old bird, man, it was an old bird.
Yeah, man. I tell you, you know, this is the third World War II era airplane I've seen crash, and it hurts my soul, man. It hurts my soul because these airplanes, there's not a lot of them left. Like one of my favorite ones was was a B-17, and there's like 4 of them in the entire country that are flying, and I've been on it. I haven't flown in it. I've been inside of it and everything, and it took off out of Tampa Executive, and it took off, and it got about a quarter mile out, and had an engine failure, and they put it down. Everybody got out of it, and it just poof into a fireball. And
Oh
it just
my gosh, gone.
completely destroyed that airplane.
Oh, that's horrible.
I hate seeing it, man. I really.
I think
do.
it's plus the 20.
All right. So let's do this.
All right, so we'll show these
A
pictures.
couple more pictures, and then we'll
We'll
wrap
move
it
on.
up.
But you're right, Dan. Never guess, because most of the time you're wrong.
Yep. So you know,
I mean, whoever got these
these are
pictures,
some great
man,
action shots, but
something was flying. Oh, that was the prop. That's
they were
what it was.
really, really close to this. But I mean, looking at that, it doesn't look awful. That's a bad day.
That's a bad day.
That's what you call a bad day.
There's a picture later on with him outside of it. Now, what really sucks is those waves coming in. He's very lucky that it was not a lot of wave action going on, because it would have been a lot worse for him.
That's a lot of salt water, man. That is a lot of salt
Oh,
water.
it's completely submerged, bro.
That's just hard.
I think the only place that doesn't have a lot of salt water is the rudder up here near the top of the tail. Yeah, right up there.
Yeah, right there.
That's sunk bird right there.
I mean, like I said, there's a wave hitting it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good though, man. For the, for what it is. That's back to the beginning.
That's back to the beginning. So they don't have the one picture that I thought we had. There was this one picture of this dude, the pilot. He was literally standing in the shallows or on his wing.
Yeah.
He might have been on his wing.
I mean, like I said, that's a bad day, dude. You don't want that you don't want that to be your day. Never guess, most times wrong. Absolutely.
AT6 Texan.
It's
Hey,
an
Don,
Avenger
how's it
actually.
going? Yeah, at least he survived. You're
Yep.
absolutely right. So I'm looking at this.
Did you just mention a Goldwing and Super Dave within 3 minutes of you?
Oh, come on. Oh, Carrie. Yeah, I did.
But yeah, I mean, like I said from the beginning, good job to the pilot for, one, making a water landing that you walked away from, two, making a water landing at a crowded beach and nobody got hurt there. So, so there you have it, man. World War II men and machines. That's
Men and machines. That's what today was.
That's what today was. Okay, we've neglected our event schedule for the better part of 2 weeks now. So we're gonna jump into some events here we've got coming up that we wanted to talk about.
That's coming up in May.
Yeah, first being this is next weekend.
What?
Yeah, this is next weekend, right? Yeah,
No.
next weekend.
No.
Yeah, it's next weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, weekend
weeks.
after next. Weekend after next.
2 weeks. I was going to say
weeks.
it's not next weekend.
Weekend after next. The 2021 annual Boots on the Ground Poker Run and Concert is Flamingo Lake Resort in Jacksonville. This is going to be on Saturday, May 8th from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Hey, Greg,
What's shaking, brother? It's hosted by the American Legion Riders Chapter 9, Flamingo Lake RV Resort, and Dick's Wings. A lot of really great veteran projects here. K9 for Warriors, Project Vet Relief, Mission 22, the Florida Fallen Hero Memorial Fund, Reefs Across America, and Trees for American Troops. There's going to be a hot rod show, plus many other activities for the entire family. Live music is going to be performed by the Jacksonville Firefighters Pipe and Drum Corps, and a very special guest, Staff Sergeant Tim Chambers, a.k.a. the Saluting Marine.
Yeah, I was going to say, why would you leave that out?
I don't know why I left that one out. My apologies, Staff Sergeant. Saturday, as I said, Saturday, May 8th, music from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. So, cool event. Our brothers at the UAV.
UAV, United American Veterans.
United American Veterans. I always want to say unmanned aerial vehicle. It screws me up. They are going to be out there. And we're going to be out there as well. So just going to be a cool time, a really cool event.
And we're going to go back to the last story because Dan just brought something up, Dan Hopkins. He says, it gives you a real sense of reality because the World War II pilots actually crash landed exactly like that close to beaches. So, and figure about, from the pilots who have been trapped inside the canopies, couldn't get out. And
think about it this way. Take it even a step further. The guys that didn't crash next to a beach, that crashed while doing a torpedo run on a Japanese, think of the Battle of Midway, right?
Right.
Because Midway was not a good day for us. We ended up winning, but it was not a good day for aviators that day. We lost a lot of aviators that day. And a lot of those guys did exactly that out in the middle of the freaking Pacific Ocean.
Right.
And you're dealing with sharks. You're dealing with the Japs that won't pick you up.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Brevard County, you're dealing with sharks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trust me.
Oh, yeah, no,
I surfed there. I know. I know.
Sure.
I got scars. Yes, I got bit by a shark.
Before I talk about this one, I was trying to find a thing, and I ran out of time. May 1st is International Women's Riding Day.
Cool.
There's a bunch of events going on all over the world, I think.
And empowering women riders.
Yeah, empowering women riders. I know I'm almost 100% that all Harley dealerships at least in Florida, have some kind of event going on May 1st. So check out all of your Harley dealerships. I know Brandon Harley's got a deal going on. Burt's Barracuda's got one going on. I think there's one going on up in Newport Richie.
If you have to look up Robin Hawk,
Yeah.
she'll, what is it? What is her thing?
Uncaged.
Uncaged rider.
I posted
something like
it.
that. Uncaged woman.
Uncaged women. I know. There is a post on our Facebook that I posted today. It was supposed to be posted last week, and I
failed.
forgot.
We failed.
But yeah. So anyways, you can go check that out. But yeah. So May 1st, International Women's Riding Day. So yeah, if you're a female rider, get on your bike and get out there and celebrate the celebrated day for you, for sure.
And if you're not a female rider, get out there and ride and celebrate them.
Absolutely.
Women.
And if you're a
Empower
female that's
wo-
thinking about riding, get to your Harley dealership and start talking to somebody and get yourself a bike.
Yeah.
There
Talk
you
to
go.
people.
Next one we got is the Mega Poker Run. This is the 17th of July on Saturday.
Yep.
10 a.m. Burt's Barracuda. This one's cool, man. You can win a 2006 Street Bob that's valued at $6,500, or you can get $5,000 in cash. Best poker hand wins. So best poker hand gets a motorcycle or $5,000 cash. You get to choose. Second place is $1,000. Third place is $500.
That seems like a deal to me. I
yeah.
think we'll ride in that one.
I might be riding in that one. Register online or at the day of the event. I will post a link if you guys want to. I'll do it later. If you guys want to join that event, it starts and ends at Burt's Barracuda. Registration's at 10 from 10 to 1. It's $40 for 3 poker hands, so it's not bad at all.
That's about normal. Because you get one hand for $20,
Yep.
so that's actually better.
Last bike in at 6 p.m. Winners will be announced at 7. Now there is some fine print here. There has to be a minimum of 300 poker hands sold to give you the option of choosing the bike or the cash. If less than 300 poker hands are sold, the best hand will win the motorcycle only. There is no cash option.
But to me, that's not a bad deal because you can sell the bike for the $5,000.
Yeah. The second and third place prize will still receive the cash. So basically, if they don't sell 300 hands, you can't choose the $5,000 cash.
It's fine with me.
That's about it. Event is rain or shine. Cars and trucks are welcome. For more information, you can contact the guys over at Full Throttle Magazine, 727-935-4875. You can also go to Full Throttle Magazine on Facebook to find the link for your tickets. That's
Absolutely.
how we'll do that one.
Yep.
And then last, but certainly not least, we finally have a poster for it.
We have a poster.
Yeah, man.
We still need a lot more.
We still need a lot more for it, but we're there. We're getting there, man.
We're hoping to have this done by now.
I know. We've got to. Really, we're done. We just got to find stops, and we need to find bands. That's really and some more vendors.
I bet you I know a band that might help us out.
I think so. But yeah, we've got a couple people that have committed. I know the UAV guys want to come down and help us out with that too. So,
so we got all that going on. So September 11th, it's the 20th anniversary of the 9/11. So this is our memorial ride for them. It'll be at Quaker Steak and Lube. Registration's 11 to 1. Kickstands up at 1 o'clock. Last bike in is at 6:30. $20 per rider, $10 per passenger. If you want an extra hand, it's $10 more. You get a $100 first prize, 52nd, $20 for the worst hand. There will be trophies for all winners, and all proceeds are going to benefit Children Burn Camp. So, like I said, we have our location. We need stops. So we're working on that. So we still also need vendors. See if we can get some vendors out there. We have verbal commitments from UAV. Wade Whiskey, Heartstrings for Heroes, Rider Now Magazine, and I believe Lady Phoenix Creations is going to be out there as well. So
awesome.
We have a couple things. So what we want y'all to do is to help us beat last year's $8,000 donation. That's what we're trying to do.
yeah, and I'm working on getting a.
Don wants to know what we need for stops.
Yeah, we're just trying to we're throwing ideas around. I think Don was the one who came up a few weeks ago with like memorials, stopping at memorials or stopping at first responders, and I like the idea of like a firehouse stop or a
Right.
or
I did that before.
police
It's pretty
officer
cool.
stop
Yeah.
or something like, especially like I kind of had that feeling like, with everything that was going on, in the country, like it'd be kind of cool to show the guys in blue and red little, hey, how's it going?
Little fist
kind of
bump,
thing,
type deal.
So we're trying to figure it out because we want to make it a poker run.
It was done.
There you go. We want to make it a poker run to where it's fun, and we also are trying to get people to enjoy the poker run so we can make some money there, but also want people to hang out and be at the event as well because we're trying to spin that up too. So
I know last year we did the breweries because we were trying to help the breweries
we're trying to help
out.
them out. Yeah. So we're still tossing ideas around. The other side of it is if we do the first respond, the firehouses or police stations or memorials or anything like that, then you take away the alcohol part of the ride, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Well, you're not really taking it away because it's going to be at the venue.
Right, it'll be at the end, beginning and the end.
Beginning and end. And you know what? Everybody has, most people are going to have a beer with their lunch in the beginning. Yeah, my idea is always one per wheel.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
So I mean, there's some ideas. We're still trying to play with it. We're trying to figure it out. Really, the stops for me are easy. Like those don't need to be necessarily committed on today, right? Because those we can work with those.
Right.
The things that we're really wanting to find and the things that we're really wanting that we really need is what we're trying to do with this event. I'll take this off so you guys can see us as we're talking about it. What we're really looking.
I wasn't done picking my nose.
Yeah, right. What we're really looking to do for this ride is make it more of an event. We want people to come out, enjoy themselves,
Enjoy the day,
right? To buy 50/50 raffle tickets, to buy tickets to the gift baskets,
right?
To go around and check out all the cool vendors that we have, to purchase things from those vendors, so that those guys, especially our guys over at UAV, coming in all the way from Jacksonville to do something. Hopefully they can make a little bit of money there too. But what we really need is we need cool vendors, man. We need awesome, cool vendors that want to hang out and help us make an event really fun. And that's really kind of where my focus is, because the stops are easy. I think.
Well, that is our focus. Now, part of the thing with the stops, though, and this is where you and I agree. I believe you and I can't do the stops.
Right.
We're going to be at the venue all day. It was kind of hard last year. We learned a lesson.
Yeah.
So we also need volunteers to man the stops.
Yep.
Okay, that's a big thing, and I think last time we had an hour at each stop. Maybe not do that. Maybe just say, hey, look, all right. Maybe the volunteer stays there for an hour, but the people don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and again, it was, it's
get your card and get out of there.
It's one of those things where we're just gonna have to try and figure out what we're looking to do. And the big side of it for me though is I don't want. This isn't gonna be a lead ride. It's gonna be a kickstands up at 1.
Get the hell out.
Y'all go get your cards and come back.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like we're not gonna have people. Hey, we're leaving now. Let's go, everybody. It worked out last time. Worked out last year, so I think it'll be fine. But yeah, like I said, we're really looking for.
But we will have a time. Be back by this time.
For sure.
Done.
But yeah, we're looking for vendors really.
Yeah.
Looking for vendors and looking for music, looking for bands. I think the bands. I think we could probably we've got a few friends that we can ask and talk to. So
cool. Thanks, Don.
That'd be awesome, Don. Yeah, definitely send us a PM and we'll get in touch and we can definitely use some ideas for sure. So cool, man. So there you have it, man. That is the show for the evening.
Except for one thing.
We as we always say at the end of the show, please don't forget to like and share the video.
Share with your family.
Like you say all the time, just go to the Rockling Road Show page. Go to community, and you can scroll down there, and there's a button to say share, and you can.
It says invite,
and just click invite and invite all your friends.
Invite everybody.
And there's a button.
Even if they're not your friends, especially if they're not your friends.
And even if they don't ride motorcycles either, because we have some fun anyway. So
I will tell you that's what I did to my.
that's what I did to my friends.
I
too.
just hit everybody. And went, dum, 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 dum.
So you definitely could do that. Helps us out. Helps us get in front of a lot of people. So, and then if you could do us a favor as well, we have a YouTube page. Just search for Rockling Road Show. They'll come up. Just go on there and like the videos. We basically take the show that you're watching today. We repost it to YouTube for tomorrow. Yep. You can also, if you're listening to this later, or if you want to go back and listen to it, but you don't want to watch the video, you can
listen to it while you're driving.
To it while you're driving on Apple Podcasts, on Google, on Spotify, on what's another one? Podbean, all your whatever platform you use for podcasts, we're on there. I guarantee it. And if you have a platform that you listen to podcasts on, and we're not on there, let me know, because we got to get us on there. But
that's awesome. So Dan, looks like Dan's getting ready to go. So we appreciate you sharing everything in jolly old England there.
That's right, man.
Appreciate
Chad,
that.
Thank you all for another great show. Thank you, Chad, for jumping in and hanging out with us again. Last but certainly not least, go check out rockandroadshow.com. We've got a lot of cool stuff on there now. My buddy's over here squeaking his toy. He's like, Dad, it's time to get off, man. But yeah, go check us out, man. We've got a lot of cool stuff on the website now. We also have a store. Go check out the swag store. So rockandroadshow.com. Go check it out and
buy some stuff.
Instagram, mate, give it a try. We have an Instagram actually, and I don't hardly ever use it. I basically just post pictures to it. That's really all I do.
Look, I'm not techie. I don't know.
I'm one of those. Let's put it this way. I'm a tech nerd that doesn't understand social media. And that's God's honest.
I don't understand Instagram at all.
I don't. It's like post pictures and I know there's a lot more to it, and I just don't. I gotta get one of those books, Instagram for dummies or something like that, because we've got an Instagram, we got a Twitter, we got a Facebook, I don't know how to use any.
We're
of
on Facebook, and we
It's because I know how to use Facebook. It's really what it boils down to. I sound like an old geezer, just like I don't know how to use any of this
like that
confounded stuff.
That commercial. No, the waitress does not need to know your name.
Yes, the Geico, right?
Yeah.
Blue
or whatever it is.
That's it. All right, guys, we are on a wild tangent here.
We did a left turn with no turn signal.
Yeah, we should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque. All right, again, guys, we love you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you again once more to the CVMA guys for doing what they do.
There's Patches.
They kick ass. Thanks, Patches. You guys are awesome, man. Good job with what you guys did this past weekend. Tell the rest of the CVMA, man. From us to you guys, hand salute, brother. You guys did an amazing job there. Other than that,
Carrie is Dave's wife.
Right. She was jumped on here earlier too, but yeah.
See you next time.
With that, guys, thanks again, man. We love having you guys. We'll see you next week. Keep it rocking.
Riverside down, baby.
We'll see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye. Good night.